Welcome back to Lightning Ridge.
Well, we're supposed to say good morning. It's O'Neill's on the Run, Life in the Bus, Season 4, Episode 2. And today we're talking about Lightning Ridge, but Tom just jumped the gun and said,
Welcome back to Lightning Ridge, because you already said we're at Lightning Ridge.
yeah, but last week we've got to remind people where we're up to.
Yeah, they're not going to just be like, oh, yes, this one comes out suddenly 1 minute later, next episode.
They might be binge listening
Well, let's
in
hope.
about 6 months' time.
Let's hope they're binge listening. That'd be great.
Yeah.
And sharing and doing all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So we're at Lightning Ridge. We'll try to be
We
on.
stopped at Stan first.
Oh yeah, we stopped at Stan Emu, which is an emu made out of bits and bobs. A huge
It's
emu.
huge. You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's on the road in from Walgett.
Yeah.
And we stayed at Lightning Ridge Caravan Park for $40 per night on power, and we
All gravel.
or it's gravel. It's not grass. It's just like gravel, oval dirt stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a stay 5, pay 4 deal, so we upgraded and stayed for the 5
we
nights.
initially stayed 3, weren't we?
I think 3, yeah. We just stayed a bit extra because they had the deal on. And the caravan park wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. It
First
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't tidy. The amenities and that weren't tidy.
No, they weren't filthy. The showers
They
were
were
hot.
just very dusty.
Well, you kind of expect that when you're in an oval mining town. There's not much grass around. It's all red dirt. There was a few incidences at the caravan park, and we'll get on to the big one last, I guess. But
The first one was a bit funny, and again, we'll go on to the Karen Vicky Dipper. No.
right.
But like, Grandma Julie was washing her hands, and she took 2 sheets of paper. 2 sheets of paper. Oh
To
my
dry her
God.
hands.
And this old Karen's like, you're the reason there's no hand drying paper. It's like, mate.
And while we were there, someone also frosted the ladies' toilet. Now,
Julie.
I don't think it was my mum, but Tom's going to blame my mum for it.
I'm pretty sure it was.
So for those who haven't...
Julie stacked frost toilets in caravan parks.
Thomas, that's rude. I'll say things like that about your mum. For those of you who've never worked in accommodation or...
People do some weird shit with
I am
shit.
going to write a book one day about caravan park life and living called Shit in Weird Places. And frosting is where someone defecates on the top of the toilet and it looks like chocolate frosting on the lid. So
Was it spread out?
yeah, it was frosted. It was like liquidy and it just all over the toilet lid. I don't know if they didn't realise the lid was down and put their ass down and shat on top instead of in the bowl, or I really don't know how it happens. But it's not that uncommon, unfortunately, if you've ever worked in like
If
caravan.
you let us know how it happens, Julie, we'd love to know.
Like violently shitting the bed.
Yeah, like I was working at Caravan Park recently and someone shat the bed and across the floor and into the toilet and then just left it for my housekeeping staff. And then the other one that's quite common is called the waffle stomp, where people shit in the shower and then stomp it in the grate so it looks like a little waffle when you have to pry it out. But
Yeah. Well, I had one when we were at the caravan park where somebody was on the toilet seat and must have broke when they're halfway through and they've slid down the front of it with it hanging out, I think, on the look of it.
So when you work in caravan parks and you live full time in caravan parks, you do get to see a lot of shit in unusual places and it becomes a little bit more standard. So yes, we had an incident with a Karen over paper towels and we had an incident with a frosted toilet in the ladies.
Always in the ladies.
It's not always in the ladies. Often in the ladies, but it's not always in the ladies. But back onto Lightning Ridge and away from shit in unusual places. On the first night we went for dinner at the Bowls Club.
Yep, had to become a member.
Which is a bit weird. Everyone has to join to be a member to have dinner there.
There's a few different options. There's only $3 to become a
It
member.
was only $3, but it caused a hell of a line on a Friday night
Yeah.
to get in because everyone had to create memberships. And then once you had a membership, you got some discounts. It was all a bit weird, really.
Yeah, well, you got your membership fee back over the bar.
Yeah, pretty much on your first round of
$3.
drinks. Yeah, but it was just weird. We've never had to do that anywhere else.
No.
But
But
the meal was
I
good.
think any club you go to, you've got to become a temporary member or be a member's guest.
Yeah, but not sign up and pay
No.
money. That was new.
Yeah, but I think that's the way clubs work. Like. So they've just decided that everybody becomes a member.
Something like that. The food was all right.
Yeah, I can't remember.
We had raffles, and I won like a $10 voucher for the IGA or something.
Yeah, that's right, because we both wrote stupid comments on each other's raffle. I wrote something on Julie, and Julie wrote something on mine.
Yeah.
Because you had to write your name.
Yeah, you had to put your name on the back for like a second chance draw, and I think Tom put old sticky stack or something on the back of Mum's, and I forget what she wrote on his, but they sledged each other for 6 weeks.
We were hoping that it'd come out, but
it
they
didn't.
only called Candace
They
Stack.
only picked out mine, so they were all disappointed.
Not Candace Stack. Did you put Candace Stack or Candace
No, I'm
O'Neill?
married, mate. I'm an O'Neill on the run.
Is that you silently asking for a divorce, Thomas?
No,
I haven't used my maiden
No.
name for nearly 20 years, but okay then.
because I don't want the kids.
You don't want the kids.
Kids!
Kids.
You-
Oh, you got,
Kids!
yeah, that's all your personality.
I saw a meme the other day and it said, after being married for 15 years, we've decided we don't want kids. We're going to tell them in the morning. We laughed. Back to Lightning Ridge. We're off topic today, aren't we? And then on our in that afternoon, I think we went for a walk around town, and we went to the art gallery, which was cool.
Yeah.
Big-eyed emus, which I love. I think they're so cool and
What's
quirky.
his name?
John Dicer, something like that.
He does a lot of that emu art. You'll know the art. Just tag him in the thing.
Yeah, I'll tag him in the podcast. But you see it; it's all over Lightning Ridge.
Yeah,
All this
nearly
stuff.
every shop's got something
A
done by
mural
him. The
by
coffee
him.
shop up the road's got a mural done by him.
The Italian restaurant, like
Yeah.
it's everywhere, and it's quite cute, and it's very unique. Like it's Australian characters
Yeah, it's very much sort of, I think, the artist
of the region. Yeah, and we went and walked around a few of the opal shops,
Yeah.
which were all sort of very commercially and touristy.
Yeah, the bit weird one with the dirt floor.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, some of them.
Yeah.
Second day at Lightning Ridge, we did the first part of the coloured car door tours. So the community there have jumped on and they've made these tours, and you just follow the car doors. So you might follow blue car doors, and there's literally just blue car doors painted blue at every turn off sort of thing.
Yeah.
And you follow the blue car doors. And then there's an orange one and a yellow one and a green one and a red one. I think they're all different, take you all different places. So it's a quirky
Gives
idea.
you a rough idea of how long they are and everything. And just
You
stop
get
at
a
the
map.
tourist information centre when
They
you
charge
first
you
come to
$1
town.
for the map. But
Yeah,
it's
but go
worth
in
it.
there and talk to them, and they will tell you exactly what to do.
But it's a good idea, I thought.
Yeah.
It's original. That's my word. OH Ridge and all, because Lightning Ridge is so original and so quirky and so laid back and like nowhere else in Australia.
No.
I feel like the only problem with it is it's extremely commercialized. Like it's sort of ruined it a bit.
I've put it on the same par as Silverton, where it's become such iconic place to visit in Australia that it's become a little bit commercial
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of digging going there compared to what there would have been back
in
originally.
the day.
Yeah, because we went up to the first hole that ever dug there, and there
Yeah,
was
the
no
first
opal
shaft.
found in it.
First shaft is called Nettleton's Lookout, and it's part of the coloured car door, green one, I think.
Yeah, and the bottle.
And the house-made bottles, which is cool. Like it's the ingenuity of the area and the uniqueness. Like it's quirky. It's like the quirkiest little place.
Yeah,
You
and
ever
then we
liked it.
stopped at a little place out of that, and he
Called
was
the-
weird, as,
The opal tree.
Yeah.
And
and he just glues bits of
opal
and pots and that.
trees,
Yeah.
petrified wood and
Yeah.
trees. But he was quite nice. He was a unique kind of dude, but he was nice. He gave us some little opal chips and stuff.
Yeah.
And I bought a lovely little piece of boulder opal that I'd love to get set into a copper ring, but I've got to find someone. I think because of the colour of the boulder opal, I want to set it into copper, but it's hard to find someone who works with copper.
And I've got a nice little piece of black opal.
Yeah. And that was sort of our first day.
Yeah, I think you went back that night, didn't you? Or
No,
that
like
afternoon?
the last night we went back out to watch the sunset there
Yeah, because that's what was recommended to leave. Well, we didn't go to the Tourist Information Centre
till
until
the end.
when we went Boston in a little dump
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah, so on the last night we went back out to Nettleton's first shaft, and it faced west, and you can sit up there and watch the sun sink over the opal fields for like as far as the horizon. There's nothing blocking it. It's quite a beautiful sunset. We took a little picnic, we took some drinkies, took our comfy chairs, and it was a thing. There was like 30 cars all lined up along the edge of the ridge just watching the sunset. It had a vibe.
Yeah. Also at Nettleton's Lookout, if anyone's interested in getting red jasper and chameleon, there's a lot out there. If you're not looking for opal, like opal's really hard to find out there, but like there's a lot of red jasper.
I think that's where we picked up all those bubbly rocks that we thought had opal in, and we would come home and cut them with the angle grinder, and they're just rocks.
Yeah,
But they looked like they were these weirdly formed rocks.
Yower nuts, not at Yower, right?
Yeah, we went to Yarra after that, and then we figured it out, and it was better. And then we went to Grawin on the second day, but I think we'll talk about that like separately. Because while we're in Lightning Ridge, we went out to the Australian Opal Centre and watched their movie Spark. Did you come to that, Ali? No. Ali and Tom stayed home. I went with my mum and dad. It was really cool, and they're funding an actual like museum for the Opal Centre out there and about a Lightning Ridge history. So they'd filmed a doco about. They had interviews with kids and locals and all the different nationalities and opal and things, and they projected it up on the side of a big shed. You sat out in your camp chairs under the stars with a doona, and they had a fire going, and it was just a really nice experience. Like take a 6-pack and watch this doco.
And it's out where the big open cut.
Near where they found the big opal there, Haley's Comet Opal. And it's just a really nice thing. Like the night sky was beautiful and clear. So you've got the stars, you've got the movie about Lightning Ridge and the opal, which I thought was really well done. Projected up on the side of the shed and just wrapped up in a doona. They provided blankets and stuff if you didn't bring your own. And it was, I thought it was a really cool way to end the day. Really nice day to end the day. We also, while we were at Lightning Ridge, we went to the ball bars, which were good but hot.
Oh, hot. 20 minutes and you're cool.
Ali loved them. Ali loved them because they were hot.
Nobody stays in there for longer than 20 minutes.
Except the locals.
No, there's a fella swimming laps there one day.
Yeah. There was a local swimming laps with his goggles and everything.
Yeah, but he just swim one lap.
And get
5 metres, stand there for 10 minutes, and then swim another lap.
Yeah.
And that's where I got my first taste of the pool of knowledge.
Yeah, pools of knowledge. Well, no, I guess we got a bit of pool of knowledge at Burren.
Yeah.
But we've dubbed the ball bars the pools of knowledge because all the grey nomads gather in them and then they share their experiences with everybody, whether you want to hear them or not. Yeah. But you learn a lot of different things and you hear a lot of very interesting opinions while sat in a ball bar.
Yeah, and I'd like to shout out to the guy who worked for Rio Tinto. So thanks for the conversation, mate.
Well, it was a good conversation. You learn about internships.
Yeah.
Wherever you got a budgie on his shoulder.
Yes. We're at Warhope, and Ali said yesterday, "Do you see the dude walking around the caravan
There
park
was a
with
lady
bird?"
walking around with the bird.
It's not a budgie. It's like one of those green ringneck parrots. Sorry, we're all sidetracked.
Right.
There's a dude walking around the caravan park with like a green parrot sitting on his shoulder, like he's a pirate or something. Caravan park pirate.
Yeah.
He just needs a peg leg and a beard. Oh, he might have a beard. Okay, back to Lightning Ridge and not the things that distract us out the windows.
But it was definitely good. Pool, showers, toilets.
Yeah.
You can't camp there.
It was a good pool. And it's kind of, there is one caravan park just kind of across the street and down a bit where a lot of people stay, but otherwise you have to drive there.
Yeah.
Really. You could walk from
where
we
were. They're all no alcohol anyway, so you can't go in there and drink.
No. You have to be sober. And we also went to Amigo's Castle.
Yep. Overrated. He's done a good job, but wasn't worth the price tag. And then everything's extra. Yeah,
so I was excited to see it because you hear all this about Amigo's Castle at Lightning Ridge, and I was really disappointed. It was like Paranella Park, but third of the culture.
Yeah, not finished. In jail for murder. What you hear later.
And the lady who done our tour was really shit. She just like took our money and went, "This is Amiga's Castle, walk around," and then left us to it. Yeah. We did do some fossicking. They have a little fossicking area at the back, and we found a few bits.
Yeah.
So nothing.
But if you want to go downstairs or anything,
had to pay extra for everything. Like it was just really overrated. What do you think?
Right. And then just to stop.
You didn't go. What did you do?
I was at home doing schoolwork.
Sloth.
Because it was
This was on the red. This was on the red card.
Yeah,
with that income.
And then we went to the walk-in mine, which was cool. I liked it.
Yeah,
was an underground mine. I think it was $20 each to get in. And when we had fossicking and a mine, look, you got to go underground.
Yeah.
And my dad stole a hat.
Yeah, well, our mate said you can leave your hats over there, and Bob thought he said you could
grab a hat
from over there, and he put on some random hat
instead of the mining hat. He's just put on a random cap,
which made your mum
my
the whole
mum
tour.
thought was the best thing of the day.
Yeah. And then once we came out, your mum was putting 14 sugars in a coffee.
Yeah.
And I asked her how she didn't have any, how she had teeth, still had teeth, and she spat it all over somebody.
She choked and coughed and sprayed coffee everywhere. Oh, my family's embarrassing, but I love them. You only have one family, and mine is.
So that was interesting underneath. I don't think I'd like to do it once going underneath.
Tom's gone himself on every turn. It was not built for Tom-sized people.
No. It didn't feel safe, did it?
I didn't bother me.
Did the one did it feel like if you compare to White Cliff, did it feel safer than White Cliff?
White Cliffs was a lot better done than that, but it's harder soil.
The White Cliffs was a much bigger rooms inside, like the one at Lightning Ridge was like rabbit warren, and filled up with wooden props and stuff. So but I reckon the White Cliffs tour was better. The tour guide on that was fantabulous.
Yeah, well, there was no tour guide on one. You just went down once the video.
But the one at White Cliffs was exceptionally well done. Yeah. It was a very good tour.
And he made sure everyone had a piece of
opal
before we walked out.
It was just a little chip or something, like he made sure everyone found something, which was really good. But yeah, I enjoyed the walk in mine at Lightning Ridge. And yeah, we went fossicking there, and again, we found a few little bits and pieces. Nothing too awesome.
We didn't have great success until we got further down the road.
No, Yower, we started finding opals. Yower and Quilty.
Yeah.
We just found little specks and little tiny bits at Lightning Ridge. And I guess because they're known for black opal, they don't really have huge quantities.
No, that's right.
Boulder opal or anything there. We also went to the Cactus Nursery.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Tom?
A bit overrated. What did it cost? It cost a fortune.
Yeah, it was a bit dear to get in, like $16 each or something. And it was just a lot of cactuses, but the photographer in me loved it, and I sold someone stock, so it's halfway to redeeming its entry fee.
Yeah, and that was sort of a bit of a flop off too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I might just took your money and said walk around there and see you later.
See you later. Look at my cactuses.
Dad almost what was it?
It was called what was it? Mother-in-law's
cushion,
and it was like that type of cactus that was all prickly, and he thought we needed one for the bus, but he couldn't find a baby one.
Now we have
a dead cactus. Thankfully, we didn't buy it. Ali would have killed it. We went to the opal market.
Yep, that was on the day before we left.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, that was the morning before we left.
I think it's like a Sunday once a month at the Tourist Information Centre. They have an opal market. And that was pretty cool to wander around. And it's definitely, if you want to buy opal, the cheapest place to buy.
Yeah. With the Lightning Ridge opal markets, they were a lot more, prices were hiked up a lot more than, like, say we go to Gower and you get, like, pieces for $5, but if they were Lightning Ridge for very similar types, they're like $32. So,
yeah.
Wasn't the best, but it's definitely a lot of really cool pieces there. And I talked to a few people about, like, hey, can you cut this up, and you explain like the prices and stuff and like what they would do to polish them, and so you can sell and buy and get them polished up.
And there was a lot of people doing different things. Like, it was interesting to say, like, everyone was doing different cuts or different settings or different things to market their opal. So it was quite interesting to see all the different ways people laid it out. Had some bacon and egg rolls there too. Not too bad for brekkie.
And Mimi tried to eat someone
with the dog.
Yeah,
because she's cranky. You wouldn't know it now because she's sleeping on Ali's bed, but you just see a little patch of blue in the background there. Yes, there it is. But I guess we should talk about Grawin, because Grawin was actually my favourite part of Lightning Ridge.
Yeah.
It's another, what's the orange card or orange?
Not blue.
No, I reckon it's orange.
Orange or yellow, maybe.
Yeah.
Grawin is a separate opal field just out of Lightning Ridge, maybe an hour.
K's.
Yeah, 70 Ks. It's all, or nearly all, gravel road.
Once you get to Grawin.
Yeah.
It's the car
to the sort of edge of Grawin.
And it's kind of interesting. You go from this really rocky place, and then there's just a stretch of like 20 kilometres of this really nice farmland, and then you just straight up into White Cliffs again.
Into gravel again. Yeah. Which is
like this beautiful flat
black soil stretch in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, Grawin was great. It's the 2 of 3 pubs that's called out there. So that's the Boars part of our Boar and Bars tour kicking in.
Yeah. You
We
should have made it 4 bars and bars.
and bars, Boars, bars,
Yeah.
and bars. That gets becomes a big mouthful. Then I never get.
We'll go bars, boars,
Uh-huh.
and bars.
We did lots anyway.
The 3 Bs tour.
3 Bs tour, eh?
Yeah.
So first we went to a club in the scrub at Grawin, and we hit a couple of golf balls around.
Yeah.
The golf
It wasn't very well looked after. It's just
I think
it's made as a gimmick.
I think that's the whole point of it. We lost like 10 balls in 2 holes and quit. But it was
It's
a
cactus.
fun
I wouldn't recommend doing it in thongs or anything.
no, it's all cactus and red gravel.
I recommend playing a little game. If you hit the golf ball into the cactus, play chicken with who's going to get the ball out.
Yeah, or you got to play it where it lies. And then we went and had some coffees and some pool at the club itself.
Yeah. I'd be, yeah.
Tom had a beer because I mean that's what you do at 10 a.m. on
Yeah.
a tour day.
That's right.
And then
It
we
was really nice, like very polished wood, and
it was pretty authentic feeling, wasn't
yeah,
it? Like,
yeah.
and there was a little caravan park there where you could free camp at the back of the club as well. And then we went around to Glengarry, and on the way we stopped at Marg's Creations, which was like all opal carvings and things.
Yeah.
And we stopped at.
She's got camping at the back. Too.
She's got camping at the back as well.
Yeah,
and
it's actually off the tour. Like
Yeah.
you've got to go, but
You've
she's
got-
got plenty of signs.
you see it there. And we went to what was the other little gift shop there opposite the Glengarry Hill
I can't remember. It was probably Glengarry or
something.
Yeah.
It's on the tour,
something.
I'm
It's all
pretty
more
sure.
gimmicky
Gimmicky
sort of
gifts and quirky kind of things.
Yeah.
And at the Hilton, they have a little free plot
Or
of
sticking
dirt.
area.
We didn't find anything. I imagine it would have been a lot. Like there would
Yeah.
have been barely
Yeah.
anything
stuff.
there.
Yeah, it's just tailings that are dumped
Dumped
in.
it, yeah. The Glengarry Hilton is an icon around. It's quite quirky and unique. It's like in a skillion shed, Coro iron. I
Yeah.
had bought a little cup of wine. It's like their own wine, Glengarry Hilton written on the cup, and it comes in like a Vegemite container pretty much.
Yeah.
Which was quirky and
And
unique.
that was the first of the hotels that you could sign on our tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we signed. You could sign the walls there.
Yeah.
And then from there we went around to.
No, we drove out to the golf course.
Oh yeah, there's another golf course, a proper golf course at Glengarry.
Yeah.
We
But
didn't
if you talk to
play.
them, it's not. There's none of it's on the map. But you could drive out there, and it's like a proper maintained, look after one that
Golf
people
course.
play golf.
Yeah, yeah. So that if
It's
you want to
still
play
sand
golf,
green.
if you want to play golf, go to Glengarry.
Yeah.
And then we drove round to Sheepyard Inn, and we had lunch there. It was a little bit expensive, but you expect that in the middle of literally nowhere.
Yeah, that's right.
And that had like the old opal shop and like the history thing with the what was the really big opal rock that they had there? It wasn't Haley's Comet.
No,
it
that was the one. I don't know, but they had like opals there. They had like a fossil centre thing there. They had a fossicking area, the pub, and heaps of just old trucks and machinery and stuff, and it quirky as.
Yeah.
And like signs that say things like "cars with brakes give way" and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Rams and U's on the doors.
Yeah,
and it's
everything
like-
was rams and used old shipyards in. So it was nice and quirky. And then we finished off the tour by going to the War Memorial out there, which
Yeah.
I thought was very well
Yeah,
done.
was lucky to be open because the tour was going through there.
Yeah, only open at certain times when the tour comes through.
Yeah.
But all the plaques and stuff were very personal, and I thought it was really well done. The Miners Memorial and War Memorial there
Yeah,
together.
I think there was a lot of old memorabilia there, and I think for like a small little, probably very underfunded war memorial, it was very.
Yeah, and then we just scooted around back to Lightning Ridge.
Yep.
I reckon that'll round us off for the day.
Yeah, I don't think we did anything else while we were there. Oh, I got our wallet stolen.
Well, yeah, yeah. The very last thing after
The
we,
least they could have done was take the money and throw the wallet in a bin, but we didn't realise.
yeah. So on our last night, or we assume it was our last night at Lightning Ridge, we packed up, we left, and we headed off, and we got to a coffee shop at Hebel and went to get coffee and realised my wallet's missing. And then I'm saying to Tom, well, where's your wallet? And he's like, well, I don't know, but in the car with your wallet. And we're scratching around, looking everywhere. And then we just put two and two together that the Navara had been broken into. And
Well, when I climbed into Hook the year
You hit
on,
up.
I hit my head on the sunglasses bit.
and he cursed me for leaving the sunglasses thing open, and he hit his big tall head on it. And I said, I don't think it was me. but we didn't really put two and two together at that point. And then when we stopped for coffee and we're turning everything upside down, we realised the ute had been broken into, and they'd just taken our wallets, which of all the things probably is a bigger inconvenience. They've probably got about $400 worth of cash out of us, but they took our wallets that had, thankfully, not my credit card because I keep that separate with Ali, and Tom doesn't keep his credit card in it either. But they got our bank cards, all of our licenses and stuff, and we rung the cops, and the cops are like, "Yeah, I bet you're on that side of the caravan park. There's cameras don't pick up there. They hit that spot because they know they're not on cameras." And he said they were just taking your cash and throwing the rest in the bin. But we'd already left, so we rung the caravan park. And
who were shitting out it?
Yeah, they were a bit disappointing. They never called back or anything. They said they'd go and have a look for our wallets and let us know if they could see it or not. But I don't think they actually done anything. And it would have probably been nice just to get a little heads up. We've stayed in some caravan parks now where they do give you a little police warning letter.
Yeah.
But it would have just been nice to have a heads up that they do have a little bit of a crime problem. And look, it's Lightning Ridge, so you kind of expect maybe but we were in a hot spot for it. The police said, "Yeah, I know exactly where you were parked because that spot gets hit."
And the caravan park, because we called the caravan park before you called the police, the caravan park said, "Oh, we've got cameras on that side," but they didn't. And then when you ask the police, they don't have cameras on that side. So maybe you just put
we only
cameras
talked to the police because I had to do a police report to get my gun license reissued.
Yeah, Tom has a firearms license, so that being stolen was a headache. But it was just a headache. Like the licenses, we had boat licenses in Queensland, car licenses in New South Wales, and I still go with things like I just went to get my Flybuys card the other day, and of course that was gone, so it was just a pain, and it cost us a couple of $100 each to get all our licenses and things reissued.
At least they could be doing is scanning our Flybuys card.
Well, it'd be nice if they scanned our Flybuys card and racked up a few points for us. But that was the downside, and it sort of left a sour taste in our mouth about Lightning Ridge, which otherwise, apart from that, had been.
I did enjoy Lightning.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I wouldn't say not to go. I would just say be mindful of your security because they were pretty sneaky. Like we had a dog in a bus 10 feet from our car.
And there maybe would have been like a 2-hour, maybe 3-hour window that they possibly.
He's not going to protect his stuff.
There was like a 2 to 3 hour window of when it could have happened. So
yeah, be very mindful of your security.
Everywhere. I'll lock everything.
Well, we always should, but we've come off a farm, so we're a bit lackadaisical about locking stuff. But
so I've just got something out and left it open.
Oh, yeah, we don't.
And then just walk around checking doors like they do, stealing cars in town.
And they've got lucky and found our wallet.
Yeah.
Big yawn there outside. But I think that's us for the episode. Next episode, we will talk about crossing the Queensland border into Hebel and St. George and
then going back to New South Wales.
And then going back to New South Wales.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you all again next Thursday. Thanks for joining in and listening to our random rabble again this week. We'll see you again next Thursday.
See ya.
Bye.
Sloth out.
Sloth out.